Big Lex was knocking the Nat-ass TV coins out of Ivory bag. Before we get started, I just want to say that even if you don't like Summer, you think she the most annoying person on earth, y'all need to give her a big thanks, because if she wasn't on that new girl bus acting a fool and running that track like she was, baby, we would have never got it popped off. It would have been just like the other seasons where we saw Natalie, Chris, and Chin Nunn doing nothing but screaming about Baddy, shot o'clock. We would have saw Roelly, Rick James, Paulie sitting up there hollering and screaming, trying to hit on people, and would have heard Taseki talking about, I eat. First things first, Scotty with nothing but the body, please come to the front. I'm not understanding what's your big issue with DTB, because you really popping it in the confessionals with that Red Rooster Friday special wig on, looking like thank you for being a friend Reba. Like, I'm not getting what's the issue. You usually only have an issue with somebody when it comes down to Libby Pepper, but Diamond, that's not her speed, babes. She was fooling with Gucci, Q, Dawn down to the Nat TV. That's not really her speed. So what is it, girl? Because y'all was calling each other the sisters with the bodies with the sisters last season. I don't know, Scotty, but you may want to shut up before you have to get down to the reunion and get that gap knocked in. Now let's be clear. Diamond never ever talked about Roelly's son. Diamond talked about Roelly's parenting. You talking about some, me and my son smoked together because I found out my son was smoking early, which is completely understandable. You found out he was smoking early. You felt like, let's bring it into the household. But when you put it on the internet, it gives people the reins to judge you. And I'm not even trying to be funny, but when people be like, oh, I used to smoke with my parents, like Anna in the back screaming about, I used to smoke with my parents, I used to smoke with my parents. That's not good, babes. That's not the flex you think it is. Like, it really is a dig on your parenting. It has nothing to do with the baby. She said nothing about your child. Your child is safe. He's home. He's doing everything great. She said nothing about the child. She's talking about you. But I think the thing is, though, people get so butthurt because they know that they're not showing up the way that they need to show up as a parent. They try to flip it on people and be like, you talked about my baby so they can have a reason to put their hands on you, when it's never really that. You're insecure about your parenting. Now, I'm not gonna lie, DTB. You may have got the first round, but Roelly got that second and third round. The first round, you was meeking Roelly up, baby. You was giving her a run for her money. She was running out of breath, girl. You had her running around like, baby, do you ran that Honda down to the Friday after next, the next Friday, whatever movie it was, honey. You had her working hard. But that second and third round, she got you. And I feel like the only reason why she got you, DTB, is because the security guards was getting in the way. I'm telling you, that Samoan is getting paid on the side by Roelly. My man, the Samoan, he's getting paid because him standing in the way and try to put DTB in that corner to where Roelly can use her weight and try to drive in on her and do that slack boxing, because y'all know Roelly don't never fight with her fist. She fight like this. But I'm gonna give it to Roelly. I don't know what it was. I feel like all the anger of people talking about her parenting, the situation with E.T., her not being able to hit Natalie like she really want to, because, she can't hit people like she did on Baddies South, because, Natalie gonna put her out the season. Roelly took all that anger and rolled it up and was popping DTB in the back of that wig cap, honey. She was knocking the coins out of DTB, and DTB knew it too. That's why she backed up a little bit and was like, okay, you got it. But one thing about it, I'm trying to figure out why everybody else is on the sideline screaming, get her, Roelly. What DTB did, y'all? Like, I really want to know. Taseki, you already beat her up. What's T? What else do you need from her? Anna in the back screaming, Scotty in the back screaming, Akbar in the back screaming. What's the issue? Like, what do DTB be doing to the girls? Oh, I know what she be doing. She be disturbing these, just like she said. Also, I've never been a big fan of Roelly, and I never will be. But one thing about her that I really love is that she's able to apologize for things she's wrong for and pinpoint what you said to her that hurt her feelings. So I was so excited and so happy when she said, hey, I should have never got that China meatball. You deserved it. Everybody in the back agreed. They knew it. Everybody was being jealous-hearted last season, just picking on DTB for no freaking reason. And I also love that she was able to be like, hey, you said X, Y, and Z about my parenting because it was never about that baby. And you know what? It hurt my feelings because people be leaking my child's school name. They be leaking his grades, talking about how he looked. X, Y, and Z saying I'm not a good parent. So that hurt my feelings. And then was able to hug it out with DTB. Because one thing about Roelly, she has a forgiving spirit. She gonna be able to fight you 6,000 times. But when that big husky get tired, she's done. She wants to apologize. She wants to hug. And she don't want to fool with you no more. Keep it over there. Also, I heard Akbar in the back having a whole lot to say when Roelly and DTB was getting into it, talking about, yeah, we don't talk about the babies. We don't talk about the babies. You should be the last person that wants to talk about the babies. Let's not even get on that. Like, because if you know, you know. And also, somebody else won't like her. She's a Trump supporter. That's all you need to know. And let me find out some of the new girls got some face cards on them, because Big Dolly, Bad Dolly, whatever her name is, she pretty, that's a baddie. Big Lex, the face card was given, and she an Amazonian. I love the tall girls, whether y'all believe it or not, honey. Killed the girls down with the face card. And then who was Jasmine Renee, which I think is Cash Doll friend. Very pretty, the Pink Friday week, it gave very much tea. Now when it came to the rest of the new girls, it gave very much City Trends, Zoffel, Shein, Timu. Also, I saw a lot of people saying that Bad Dolly should have let the whole Honor situation go with the auditions, because she's clearly on the show, so it don't matter if she got the ticket or not. But I feel like if you did and said everything that Bad Dolly said that you did at the auditions, then you need to go ahead and speak up for that. You need to either run your ones or cop a plea. Do whatever you need to do. Because they pulled up the tape. Clearly the producers and the cameramen are tired of Anna acting like she got amnesia and saying that she didn't do or say the stuff that she is actually doing at the audition. So they pulled it up. You did everything that Bad Dolly said you did. So either you want to cop a plea or you want to run your ones. But I'm glad that they squashed it. It is what it is. If Bad Dolly touch her on later in the season, I do not care. Y'all know how y'all get down when it come to Anna. Y'all think she is the Lord and Savior when it come down to the fighting. So, okay. And since we're talking about copping pleas, Jayla, you was copping a plea to Ivory because you already got yourself in this same predicament last season with Biggie when it came down to the being on live with Natalie and laughing at the whole fight situation. This season is with you saying you was in somebody's life, you put a laughing face when they started talking about her. Whatever it was, you shouldn't have did it. So for you to even do that and get there, and Ivory couldn't even get her seat good or take her Betty shot o'clock before you was already copping a plea sleep. And at first I was like, no, she's not copping a plea. What are you talking about, Ivory? But then I was like, dang, she slick was being like, hey, so I just wanted to go ahead and call this out before you try to hit me, because I know I'm a beast, but you're a barbarian. A real barbarian. Summer, aka Whitney and Bobby, why would you bum rush somebody and still lose the fight? How you gonna bum rush Anna Mac on the couch, have her bump into the window, have her shirt split open with the ant titties popping out and swinging all about, and you still lost the fight? I don't understand that. How somebody be behind the couch and they still was able to get up and make you? How you get beat up like that, Summer? Like, I'm not getting it. Now, one thing about Summer, she gonna run her mouth, she gonna say what she wanna say, but she gonna get beat up. It's a delusion of grandeur for me because the way she kept on saying, I want another round. You go another round, Anna beats you up again. She meets you up. You was able to bum rush, do whatever you need to do, but you wasn't able to win. That's one thing about it. You're not gonna win. You gonna top, but you're not gonna win. And then you knew when you kept on saying, I want another round, you kept trying to run up when Anna was trying to put a shirt back on and put that jacket or that little pleather Charlotte Russe jacket back on top of the ant titties. You was trying to run up again, but when Taseki told you, oh baby, you would have backed up. Oh, you backed up, honey. You didn't want none of that smoke. I forgot to mention this before, but why is Anna Mac acting like she's so appalled that Biggie did not jump in the fight for her when it came down to the Summer situation? First of all, you were winning, like everybody said. Second of all, Biggie's never been a fighter. She's never jumped in. She barely even fights for herself. She barely wanted to fight for herself last season. Even at the reunion, she got smacked and ran off into the audience. What makes you think if she's not going to defend herself, that she going to defend you? And you didn't need no help defending. I'm not getting it. Like, and then I also don't like the simple fact that you're encouraging the jumping. But when somebody jump y'all, it's an issue. And that's what I do not like about Anna. And what I do not like about Biggie. They feel like they're able to do stuff. But when somebody do it to them, oh, you're bullying me. Oh, that's wrong. Like, no, somebody needs to get them. Let me pepper get them. Like, no. And I don't like how Tank and everybody else is jumping in and being like, Biggie, well, yeah, you should have helped me. You should have helped her. You should have helped her. For what? Biggie barely helps herself. Ivory was looking for a moment this entire episode. From the moment they got on that bus, I feel like she already was looking around like, who I'm gonna get started with? And if you don't know her from That Ass TV, this is somebody that threw piss on somebody while they was asleep. She threw piss on 2 girls while they was asleep. Threw her piss on them. Like, this is somebody that always just wanted to jump on little girls, but when somebody her size wants to fight her, always, oh, she got an issue with it. Oh, now it's a problem. But you beating on the little girls. So I knew she was gonna try to pick on somebody little. So when Summer was talking to nobody directly, she was definitely not talking about Ivory out of all people. When Ivory turned around and was like, who you talking to? I'm like, oh, you one of them girls. We all know one of them girls from high school that eat hot Cheetos at 8 a.m. Who mama hitting on them at the house, not even trying to be funny. And they come to school and they want to take that anger right on you. So when she turned around and did that and jumped on Summer, I'm like, oh, here she go bullying. It was no reason for her to put her hands on Summer when it came to that. Then it really blew me when Emma, aka Lord Farquaad, with that square ass face, had the nerve to be trying to get hits in while Ivory was hitting on Summer. What's the issue with you? She didn't say nothing to you. She's fighting Ivory for no reason, actually. And now you want to hit her from the side right here? It really gave I Want Clout, I Want a Storyline. It gave I Want to Be one of Ivory's minions. It gave very, very much nugs. And Ivory's not dumb. She knew that the public was gonna look at that fight and be like, Ivory, here you go again bullying. So she had to pick on the next biggest girl, and she knew that it was Big Lex. Big Lex is like, eat me then. We'll do it when we get off the bus. But it's the old Grandma P, not Lady P, not Pretty P, whoever that is. This Grandma P, Miss Senior Citizen, that's gonna have the nerve to get up and act like she wanted a problem with Lex for no freaking reason. Like, girl, you really don't want that smoke. Let's get off the bus and really get it handled, because you're not like that. And honestly, the only person on that bus that can really say they have an issue with Summer is the girl Jasmine Renee, because she turned around slick trying to have Summer back being like, Detroit is like X, Y, Z. We just talk like that, but Summer threw the water bottle and went to get it cracking. Like, so, I mean, they gonna fight next week. Hey, now one of them fight, so I'm not looking forward to it. I knew Big Lex was gonna eat Ivory up the way she was so calm sitting on the bus afterwards when she was like, oh, we don't have to fight her. We can fight when we get off the bus. When she got off, took her shoes off, and went straight over to Ivory, I was like, oh, yes, this is what we talking about. This is Baddies. Like, the way she was making Ivory the fuck up. Ivory talking about you bleeding though. Yeah, that's my nose ring. She was knocking the Mario coins out of Ivory. I don't care what nobody says. She was knocking the fat off that back. That back went from 80 to 40.